The National Museum of Natural History isn't just a place to learn about elephants and dinosaurs and really big diamonds. It's also home to the Smithsonian Institution's Feather Identification Lab. Its job is to analyze the remains of birds that strike planes so that the airline industry can work to reduce the chance of a potentially fatal crash. Carla Dove, yes, Dove really is her name, works at the lab.
Are birds dangerous to planes?
Well, they can be, depending on how large the bird is or if it's a flocking species. Birds can be very dangerous to airplanes, and that's why our lab is here in this museum, because we want to help prevent that.
Carla, what exactly is this? It's a package of stuff.
This is a package. This is a typical bird strike sample with a report, and this is what we call snarge, or bird ick. And it consists of some feathers, you can see, and a little bit of blood or tissue smeared on this cheesecloth. And this is what we are going to use to identify the species of bird that hit this aircraft.
Hey, there's not a lot in here. How do you do that?
So we have some special tools here. In addition to all of these specimens here that we have for our library to compare the feathers, we also have DNA analysis, and we have microscopic characters in these feathers that will tell us what group of birds the sample came from.
Carla, you all worked on the bird strike on Flight 1549. Yeah. What did you find out about those birds?
Well, that was an extremely, exceptional case, because in that case we received about 69 different samples. And so as they were investigating and tearing down the engines and trying to figure out exactly what happened, they went back through the engine and they would send us every little bit of feather and snarge that they found. And what we determined in the end is that it was Canada goose, and that is one of the more hazardous species to aircraft.
Once you find out all this stuff, what have, people who build airplanes, what has this research caused them to do?
So they design engines to withstand certain weights of birds at certain speeds. And all engines have to pass the bird test. And the bird test involves figuring out what is the maximum weight of a bird that we can afford to design this engine around. You can't, make every engine to take a Pelican. That's just too expensive. So by knowing the species and the weights of the species, we can look at that data, and the engineers will figure out what is that maximum weight that they're going to design the engine for.
Does the work you do here at the Feather Identification Lab help protect birds too?
Yeah, actually it does. So we like to think if we are keeping birds away from the airplanes, then they're not getting hit by the airplanes, and when a bird and an airplane collides, the bird is not the winner. So by keeping the birds away from the airplanes, we are also helping to save birds. All of the major airports have wildlife biologists who are there to scare the birds away or to let pilots know when it's safe to fly and when it's not. And that's something that everybody should remember, is this is not a scary thing. We have people out there who are trying their hardest to help prevent this from happening for the bird's sake and for human safety.